I found out exactly what my family thought of me the moment they laughed and didn't stop. My name is Caleb. I'm 28, and in my family, I was the almost guy. Almost successful, almost impressive, almost worth mentioning. My older sister Hannah was the opposite. She was the headline. Law school, top grades, perfect life trajectory. Every conversation somehow circled back to her. I got used to it, not because it didn't hurt, but because fighting it never changed anything. So, I built my life quietly. After college, I took a low-paying job at a small logistics company. Nothing special. At least, that's what everyone thought. What they didn't see was what I was doing after hours. Every night, I stayed back, learned systems, studied operations, figured out where companies lost money and how to fix it. Within a year, I wasn't just working there. I was improving things. Within 2, I was running projects. By year 3, I was consulting for clients my family had never even heard of, but I never told them because I didn't want another "that's nice" conversation before they changed the subject back to Hannah. Then came the dinner. Hannah had just landed a job at a top law firm. My parents organized a huge celebration at home. Relatives, neighbors, even some of their friends were invited. It wasn't just dinner, it was a showcase. I walked in, same as always. Simple clothes, quiet presence, no one really noticed. That was normal. The house was loud with praise. Hannah is going to be incredible. She's always been special. We knew she'd make it. I heard it all. I smiled, nodded, stayed out of the spotlight until my uncle decided to change that. "Caleb," he called out suddenly. "Come here." I stepped forward. He laughed, clapping me on the shoulder. "You must be proud of your sister." "I am," I said. Then he added, loudly enough for everyone to hear, "Maybe she can give you some career advice, huh?" The room chuckled. I forced a smile. Before I could respond, my dad joined in. "Caleb's doing fine," he said. Then, after a pause, just at his own pace. More laughter. Not cruel, not aggressive, just enough to remind me exactly where I stood. Hannah didn't say anything. She just looked away. And that was the part that stayed with me. Because silence can say more than words. I could have ignored it, like always. But something about that moment felt different. Final. So I spoke. "Actually," I said, "I've been meaning to share something." The room quieted slightly. Not out of respect, but curiosity. I pulled out my phone and opened an email. "I wasn't planning to do this tonight," I continued. "But since we're talking about careers," my mom frowned. "What is it?" I turned the screen toward them. "It's a contract," I said. "Signed this morning." My dad squinted. "For what?" I took a breath. "A partnership." Hannah looked at me now, fully paying attention. "With a national logistics firm," I added. "They're integrating a system I designed." Silence. Confused at first, then slowly shifting. My uncle blinked. "Designed?" I nodded. "Over the past 3 years." My mom stepped closer. "Why didn't you tell us?" I met her eyes. "Because every time I tried to talk about my work," I said calmly, "no one listened long enough." That hit harder than I expected. Hannah spoke quietly. "What kind of partnership?" I glanced at her. "Equity-based," I said. "And compensation." My dad's voice dropped. "How much?" I paused just long enough for it to settle. Enough that I won't need another job. The room went completely still. No laughter, no whispers, just silence. The kind that forces people to rethink everything they assumed. My uncle slowly removed his hand from my shoulder. My mom looked like she wanted to say something, but didn't know where to start. And Hannah just stared at me. Not with pride, not even with shock, but with something unfamiliar. Respect. I slipped my phone back into my pocket. "I didn't say anything before," I added, "because I didn't need validation." I looked around the room one last time. But I'm also not going to be the punchline anymore. No one laughed this time, because the version of me they joked about was gone.